Hello, my Panda pals, and welcome back to another recap. Today we're gonna go over part 2 of what happened on Before the 90 Days, Season 7, Episode 7. We have got Niles and Matilda, Adnan and Tigerlily, and we get to meet a new couple, Vanya and Bozo. So buckle up, kiddies, and let's go for a ride. Let's check in with Niles and Matilda. Niles is pooping in the bathroom because the fufu he ate last night fucked him up. And Matilda is on the couch pouting because last night did not exactly go the way that she had planned. He comes out 10 pounds later and Matilda is like, why didn't you let me hump you dry last night?
You begged me, I wanted to have sex with you, but you refused.
So no sex last night?
Almost, but ultimately no.
Niles tells her that in his previous relationships, they banged as soon as they could, and that is all their relationship ended up being, and he really doesn't want that with her. Matilda's like, ugh, fine, I get it. So, even if I trip and your pee-pee accidentally lands in my no-no square, you gotta be sure to tell me no. And Niles is like, yep, that is the plan. They head out to explore Accra, and Matilda tries to get him to hold a sea urchin, and he freaks out saying that they're poisonous, and then she takes his hand and plops that little bad boy right onto it.
That's poisonous.
It's not poison.
Yes, it is. Please listen to me.
You are a man, so you have to take it.
No.
Now it's really soft. It's really soft.
Matilda is having a blast, and she tells him that she is so excited for their wedding because it is gonna be huge. And she tells him that around 200 people have been invited.
I think we're past the point of snowballing here. It's turning into an avalanche. The kind that swallows all of the skiers up and there's no survivors. It's gonna be really hard to cancel that.
The two head out for some shopping, and Matilda is so stoked because the shopping in Accra is so much better than back in her hometown. And as far as she knows, Niles is American. He got that sugar daddy money.
Okay. Just understand that I may not be able to buy every single thing. I don't know if she thinks all Americans are rich, but I'm certainly not.
Matilda comes out in a skirt, she loves it. The sales lady is like, that is gonna be 80 American dollars.
It will be $80.
It'll be $18.
Please.
Are you going to pay?
Niles, in his brain, is screaming, hell to the no! But then he remembers that he has to tell Matilda that he does not plan on getting married while he's here, and so he sucks it the f up and he asks the kind lady to ring him up. He drops Matilda off to get her nails done, and then he heads out alone to go pick out an engagement ring. Now, Niles' plan is to propose to her properly with the ring, and then tell her that he does not want to get married right away, and he's hoping that the ring will soften the blow and things will end up being fine and dandy.
That ring is a promise for me to come back and marry her. And that my love for her is much deeper and much more timeless than whatever deadline that we impose on ourselves.
Let's check in with Adnan and Tigerlily. The group arrives at Petrus, aka the Rose City, aka gorgeous buildings that are literally carved into pink sandstone cliffs. But can anyone enjoy it? No! Cause Tigerlily has stormed off because she is annoyed with Adnan's rules. Thayer chases after her and asks her what her problem with Adnan is. I don't think Thayer was the best person to send to try and make Tigerlily feel better about this current situation. Tigerlily's like, oh, but I'm having such a hard time to make him happy, but I'm like the only one that has rules. And Thayer was like, no, you both have rules. They're just a little different, that's all. And then she starts to cry, and Thayer's like, ugh, gross, woman tears. Please stop crying. And she's like, oh, okay. Adnan comes over and he's like, baby, why are you crying?
But he just thinks that the rules don't apply to him. If he's not following them, I'm not going to follow them.
And she tells him that he's being the biggest hypocrite making all of these rules for her that he doesn't have to follow.
You see how it's like hypocritical? Like for me, you're telling me things and then like you do it?
Yeah. You accept my apologies or not?
I do. Doesn't mean I'm happy. It doesn't mean...
And then Adnan is like, okay, baby, so this is how it works. When I say sorry and you accept my apology, you don't really get to be upset anymore. You have to forget everything that was bothering you and just be happy. Which, that is just not how that works. Tigerlily is okay shelving this conversation for another day, but she tells us they will be talking about it again.
It's obvious that he's not used to having a woman call him out on his behavior, but I'm not the type of woman that is just going to let it go.
They go off to see the sights, and Adnan tells her that this is his first time in Petrus and that he did not want to come here until he could come with his wife. This pleases Tigerlily, and she starts to genuinely have a pretty good time. Shay is pretty taken aback by Tigerlily's attitude shift, and she says that Tigerlily was doing such a great job before standing up for herself, and now she seems to be totally fine sweeping everything under the rug.
They're happy now, but I feel that it will be difficult for them to figure out all these cultural differences.
The honeymoon is over and everyone is in the car heading back, and Shay must be thinking, things seem to be going a little too well, because she decides to tell the couple that she's worried about their future because once Tigerlily heads back to the States, things are probably gonna get more stressful.
That could potentially cause some static in your guys' marriage or create potential trust issues.
And she brings up the fact that Adnan is very close with his family, and if he comes to the US, he is going to be maxed out on homesickness. Adnan does not appreciate that Shay and Cruz seem to constantly be trying to cause friction in his marriage, and it really makes him worried about what kinds of things they're gonna say about him when they're back in the States and he's not there.
I'm just confident that because we love each other so much that we'll get through it.
Cruz says love is not enough. There needs to be trust and communication. And Tigerlily is like, guys, this is my last night here. I really do not want to think about all of that. Let's check in with Vanya and Bozo. Say hello to Vanya, 41-year-old Bosnian living in Florida. She is classy, sassy, and super badassy. She works as a belly dancer, a permanent makeup artist, a vegan baker, and a medical sales rep.
I'm definitely a type A personality. I'm super confident in every aspect of my life, but when it comes to dating and relationships, it's been a show.
11 years ago, she was engaged to this guy that she thought was Mr. Perfect until she went to visit him at his house and saw him with his tongue down another woman's throat. 8 months ago, she went to Bosnia to reconnect with her roots and try to get that pep back in her step. She traveled around, and one night she was in Split, she was swiping on a dating app when she met the most incredible, absolutely perfect man, Bozo. I just want to point out that this is the picture that we see of him first, and he is looking like if Chewbacca and Bigfoot had a baby, and those are literally his words, not mine. But then we get all of these photos of him, and he looks like a completely different person, so I don't really know why they started us off with that one. Anyway, Bozo is 38, and Vanya says that no man has ever made her laugh as much as he does. And so she's super excited to finally be able to head out to Croatia to meet him for the very first time.
I'm really looking forward to see where this can go once we're together in real life.
She goes out to meet up with her friend of 17 years, Fabiana. Now, Fabiana has been there for all of Vanya's heartbreaks, so she's a little concerned, especially considering what has happened with Bozo and her in the past.
It's not like it's been smooth sailing with this guy. Like, you already know that he's capable of hurting you because he already has hurt you.
So this is actually Vanya's second attempt to go to Croatia. The first time that she planned the trip, Bozo started to act real sus. Like, he was not answering her calls, he was not texting her back. And then one day he just calls her up and he's like, hey, so don't come to Croatia. I'm actually breaking up with you because I met a woman here and now we're dating. So bye, bitch.
Yes, that was a horrible thing. But the way that I look at that is, A, he was honest, he told me. And then he obviously woke up and saw that he missed out on something amazing.
Or the girl he was seeing dumped him because she realized he was actually a big fucking loser, and he decided to call you up and see if you are still stupid enough to take him back.
A couple of months later, he texted me and he said, I'm no longer with the other girl and I would really like to work on this again.
She tells us that she decided to pursue the relationship again because she didn't want to live in a world of what ifs. What if what? He's your soulmate? Let me be the first to tell you, he is f***ing not. Fabiana tells her that it feels like Bozo isn't as invested in the relationship as Vanya is, and Vanya is like, I have been single for 6 years, and this man is the first guy to make my parts flutter, so I'm not gonna give up on that.
Ever since we got back together, he's been more dedicated, more responsive. So I hope that this just ends up being a small little blip in our big story of love, and that things just keep getting better and better going forward.
Vanya's cousin comes over to help her choose some outfits for her upcoming trip, and she doesn't really like Bozo either because of how he's treated Vanya in the past. She asks if they're gonna be staying together, and Vanya's like, no, I'm gonna stay at a hotel because Bozo still lives with his mother and his aunt. And then we find out that Vanya hasn't done it in 6 years, and her friends have affectionately nicknamed her the Sex Camel.
It's been how many years? When was the last time you had sex?
Oh my God, it was like 6 years ago.
6 years. You're like practically a virgin again.
Then in this really weird segue, we find out that Vanya lived in Bosnia during the war. So yeah, right after we find out that she has not gotten her guts rearranged in years, we find out that she almost died a bunch of times when she was like 10, hiding in basements during air raids.
We got bombed all the time. We had no electricity for a year. We had no water for a year. We ended up boiling flour and onions, and we called that the black soup, and that's what we ate for months.
Damn! Knowing that she had to go through all of that trauma at such a young age and she grew up to be this sassy, classy, badassy, hustlin' moneymaker, like, maybe we drop this man like the hottest of potatoes. Vanya is packed up. She heads out to the airport in heels.
Wearing this to the airport? Yes, I'm wearing this to the airport. I wear heels all the time, including when I'm flying.
I cannot wear heels any day of my life. I'm so bad at it. I look like a newborn giraffe walking around in heels. I think the most that I can manage on special occasions are wedges. Vanya has been trying to get in contact with Bozo all morning, and he is not picking up the phone again. And Vanya starts to cry and get anxious because the last time this happened, he told her he was breaking up with her because he met another woman. Despite her fears, she gets on the plane and she's just hoping for the best.
Even though he's not picking up, I'm still holding on to hope that he will be there at the airport, and this is going to be a start of a beautiful romance that leads to the rest of our lives together.
And that, my Panda Pals, is all I have for you today. I know this one was really quick. A lot of the heavy lifting was done in part 1, but I'm still glad that you came to watch this anyway. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and click that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, and let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this episode. I hope to see you guys for the next one, and as always, thanks for not letting me ride this train wreck alone. Bye!